Alright, so here is week 3, day 4, and we're going to take the test on the Arctic Seed Vault that I just read. And if you need to pause and listen to the questions again, you're more than welcome to. Someone asked me, well, Miss Faith, I don't know if I'm getting them right or not. In your day 1 packet, or sorry, your week 3 packet, at the very beginning in that packet somewhere is your resource answer key. Please make sure you use that to check your work. And if you're just like, oh, I don't know, it's too hard, at least listen to the questions and the answers as we go, and pay attention to what it is that the focus is. So at least you're learning, how would I answer a question like this? I'm going to do a little bit more modeling today. I've got my timer going because we can only make 15-minute videos or less. So scientists are collecting seeds in a fortress near the North Pole so that they can A, work on food crops from far from big cities. I'll remember that. B, make sure that the food supplies are safe. Remember mentioning that. C, study how the seeds change due to the cold. I don't think they were studying that. Store all the seeds for the countries that are going to war. So out of all of these, the only one that even makes sense, back to my text, was that they talked about them making sure that the food supply was safe, in case of war, in case of climate change, or in case things didn't go right in the big cities. So, number 2, one of the best reasons for the location of the seed vault is that it is at sea level, which protects against flooding. Well, that would not be right, because sea level would not be a good place for flooding. B, people can reach it on a regular airplane flight. I remember that. C, the permafrost helps keep the seeds cold naturally. I heard that. Or D, the thick rock prevents fire from destroying the seeds. Now it says one of the best reasons for the location of the seed vault. I'm going to get my reading open because I don't remember exactly. There's 2 or 3 of those that I know are for sure, and one of them is just completely purpose. So, purpose. The goal is to preserve the world's food plants, protect them from accidentally being destroyed, like carrying an extra key. It's like vault, seed banks in countries around the world. Flooding, fire, and destroy the precious. In addition, these big threats, so to keep them from extinction. So if you look at these choices, it says one of the best reasons for the location of the seed vault. There's that keyword location. Sea level, no, that's the bad one. People can reach it on a regular flight or airplane. That kind of makes sense with location, because what they were talking about was they wanted to make sure that people could get there. So if you can't get there, that's going to be problematic. So they want to make sure that people can get there. And then the other one was the permafrost keeps the seeds cold naturally, which if they're talking about that one, the placement of it, the location. So, and it says then the thick rock prevents fire from destroying. Well, they're in a whole area of ice, so that doesn't even make sense either. So the location isn't about where they're kept, it's more about where the seeds are stored so it can help keep them cool. Which if you actually kept reading the story, it wouldn't really make sense, because then they said it started to warm up. Anyway, the author included diagram of the Svalbard Global Seed Vault. 2, why would they include the diagram of the Svalbard Seed Vault? To show the location of the seeds in the vault in the Arctic Circle. To explain the process of preparedness for the seeds in the vault. To point out the different areas inside the vault, or to describe the kinds of seeds that can be stored in the vault. So when they're looking at, like, why would they show that diagram, they're thinking, showing this picture, let me go back. Right here. The whole purpose of this, it says to show what the vault looks like, to show how it was built. So we need to go back to this page. Sorry if that's making you feel kind of To show the location of the seeds of the vault, to explain the process of the prepared seeds for the vault, to point out the different areas of the vault. To show the different areas of the vault. Next. According to the text, which of the following may lead to a seed collection being lost? So which one will show, would it be a freezer not working right, the ground that is always frozen, storing seeds in an old, according to the text, which of the following may lead to a seed collection being lost in the vault? So if they want to know why a seed collection could be lost in the vault, is it because it's not freezing, the ground is always frozen, storing the seeds in an old coal mine, or a lack of heavy foil to store the seeds? No. A freezer not working right. And that's why they had those backup generators. Number 5. Which of the following provides unofficial security for the seed vault? Security cameras, locked doors. Which of the following provides unofficial security? Locked doors, polar bears, or people from each country. I will not forget this. It said polar bears, and that kind of made me chuckle because I sat there and thought, well, really? Because sometimes the animals are afraid of people, but apparently not theirs. So they said unofficial would be the polar bears. One significant effect of storing different kinds of rice and wheat is that some seeds may be blank than others, more affordable, less nutritious, more affected by disease, or less affected by a disease. So which one of those ones would be talking about one significant effect of storing different kinds of seeds of rice and wheat is that some seeds may be less affected by a disease? So when they were talking about the one in Sri Lanka, if they can find one that's less affected, then they can grow it in that area. Which of the following phrases from the text helps readers understand the meaning of food security? Is it A, the goal of the seed vault, B, food they can count on, C, that in the future, or D, people will have? Which of the following phrases from the text helps the readers understand the meaning of food security? I cannot stress enough, go back and check with your text. When you're talking about food security, they're talking about food they can count on. And they specifically bring this up right here. So food that they can count on. I'm going to talk about food storage. Where was that part? Right there. So it's not destroyed, to keep them from and protect them from being destroyed. So you have food that you can count on. Right there. Norway decided to make more improvements to help keep seeds safe after permafrost melted, causing water to collect in the vault entrance, reach into the vault's main tunnel, be removed by water pumps, or put the seeds in danger. Read this again. Norway decided to make more improvements to help keep seeds safer after the permafrost melting. Do you remember how far it said? If you don't, again, look back. Svalbard had unusual warm weather which caused some permafrost to melt. It also caused heavy rain to fall. As a result, some of these events caused water to collect in the vault entrance. Oops. Sorry. Making sure you collect that. According to the sidebar, global warming, the main cause of global warming is bad weather, human activity, animal communities, or carbon dioxide. So they were saying in this article that it was human activity because they were saying that you could, reduce it by having a lot of those other things going on. Not using as much electricity and those types of things. That was also in our other article. Number 10. What was the author's main purpose for writing the Arctic Sea Vault? To persuade more countries to store seeds in the vault, to describe how global warming is affecting different types of seeds, to answer the question about which seeds can be stored in the vault, or to explain the purpose of storing seeds in the vault. Out of all of these ones, what do you think it says, what is the main purpose of this whole article? And it would be to explain the purpose of storing the seeds in the vault. Then you have 2 questions, and I'm not going to write these for you, but I do want you to look at them. Why does the author say the extinction of any life form to the form of life is a great loss to all Earth? So I would write my answer over here. Number 12. Explain 3 reasons, so 1, 2, 3, why the location of the Arctic Sea Vault was chosen. And that's just going back to the text and looking them up, because they specifically say why it was chosen. And that was actually even in part of the other test before. They talked about permafrost. They talked about being able to keep things refrigerated. They talked about the lack of earthquakes and weather. So go back through and look through your texts. All right. Have a good night. Nice job.